Hi, great that you're here now with me at Ayurshakti Goa Center for Ayurveda treatments. Feel very gifted to being here at this beautiful place. So, what inspired you to become a doctor, and why did you choose Ayurveda as a focus? Can you please describe it, maybe also with a personal story?
Of course, I would love to, but first of all, let me congratulate you because you have successfully done with your detoxes and you have get all the results or all the benefits which you wanted
Yeah.
for so long. So yes, good that you say that. But my journey to this holistic medicine actually started because I was having a very deep desire to help the one who are suffering and always to elevate the illnesses, no? So that the people can get the best benefit out of Ayurveda. Now, I was having a good options to go to the second science or the Western medicines, but Ayurveda has a very deep root in a holistic way because it is only not focusing on symptoms and it feels that there's an interconnection between a mind, a body and a spirit. So when we go a very deep into these three stages, it gives a better results, and I think it can help in major people because we are not only dealing with the symptoms. So that is the major reason for me to choose Ayurveda as my career because it is something which is like a miracle.
Right, magic. And I mean, you come from Goa. Is it also something you have in your family roots, or was it just that you had always this dream?
Basically, no, I don't have any doctors in my family till now. I'm the first one. But it was a desire of me when I was quite small that I have to become a doctor.
Right.
Because I always wanted to go into some social things. Yeah.
Super.
And
Yeah.
Ayurveda has actually opened a lot of door for me because practicing in Ayurveda is not only money oriented work.
Yeah.
It is something that we are actually working for the well-being globally. And yes, I'm here and I think I'm trying my best to give it globally so that major and many people can benefit with this.
You've chosen Ayurshakti, and you've said just in your last answer that Ayurveda is something, and you have also the mission to bring this worldwide. Is this a reason you've chosen Ayurshakti, or can you describe a little bit your way, your path to Ayurshakti, and why exactly
Yes,
has chosen me?
of course. Actually, yeah, choosing an Ayurshakti as an organization was really a blessing for me because it really resonates with my desires, because Ayurshakti is an organization which actually works very deeply. It's a total blend of a Siddha Veda and Ayurveda. And when it's both together, we have ancient science which we can actually do in a modernized way. So we can help in this modern era too with all the concepts which are, described in 1,000 years ago.
That's great, because bringing both words together is exactly this how it should be, not against, but in combination and surrounding each other, right?
Yeah, that's true. Very true. And the major part what Aishakti deals with is planning everything in a more personalized way. So we always customize the diet. It is a customized plan, and we customize all the medical herbs. Yeah. So all this helps us in a better way.
That's India.
Yes.
And I mean, we talked yesterday also about this, what Ayurshakti makes so special. And you said, oh, well, look at the website. So there's offered much more than just medicine they produce by themselves. Can you explain a little bit?
Yes, as we discussed already, so Aishakti is not only dealing with the health related concerns, yeah. So there are various programs that Aishakti offers.
So if I want, I can go on the website and just put there and book an online
Book
course.
an online course. So there are various courses. Few are like on a gut health, women health, men health. Then even we have a course where you can learn about Nadi Pariksha.
That's of course great. And is it possible also, so if I'm, for example, a medical doctor or a healer in a way, could I get also a certification by Ayush Shakti saying that I would like to spread the word and do it in my country?
Yeah, of course. All those who are eagerly waiting to know about Ayurveda, want to learn about Ayurveda, we are here to help you to know more and more and to gain more and more knowledges.
And I mean, you're saying knowledge, you're saying body, soul, and also the emotions is super, super important that all this comes together. You're talking also about treatments which are holistic. Can you maybe share a memorable experience with a patient that demonstrates the power of Ayurvedic treatment, especially at Ayush Shakti?
Of course, actually, there are many because we have successfully helped more than millions of people till now. Yeah, but
It's impressive.
one of the incident that I remember, which was very recent, one of my clients was suffering from a chronic fatigue syndrome, which is nowadays a very common thing that we can see in a society. So he came to Ayush Shakti. He went through his personalized, customized Panchakarma therapies.
Detoxing.
The detoxing, yes, the herb therapy,
Mhm.
many of the home remedies that he was practicing at home, a special therapies called Marma therapies. And within, I think, 3 weeks, all his fatigueness was just gone. All his symptoms reduced to 90%. And now, at present, he is practicing an holistic way with Ayush Shakti's special rejuvenation program.
Super, that sounds great. I mean, something like this must make you really happy and feel that you've chosen the right job, which is not just a job, right?
Yeah, because we feel that this is something called seva.
Yeah.
Now, seva is something just giving towards. And the masters that I learned from, he always says that giving is more important than taking.
Yeah,
So we have to give the knowledge that we have.
yeah, absolutely. By the way, you said Ayush Shakti is worldwide busy or worldwide active. Since when is Ayush Shakti already there?
So basically, Ayush Shakti was established more than 30 years back. It's more than 30 plus years back. It was founded by Dr. Pankaj Naram and Dr. Smita Naram ma'am. And it is now still guided by under the Dr. Smita ma'am's guidance.
Yeah.
We learned a lot from her, the pulse reading, all the guidance that she gives, and she is like a pillar to us. She always there for us, present whenever we are in something.
Wow, that's great.
Always guiding us in many things.
And we are here in Goa. Dr. Smita is mostly in Mumbai.
Yeah.
And you have also a special other center, which is a production center, which is close to Maharashtra or somewhere. Yeah.
Right. So basically in India, we have many centers of Ayush Shakti. So in Maharashtra, we have more than 20 plus centers. Yeah. And 2 major centers which are in Goa and Mumbai, which one can stay inside like an in-house and enjoy its full Panchakarma course for 4 weeks or however it is customized for it.
And to be honest, for me, it's of course a chance with Goa to have not just the people here, to be here as a kind of family, because the specialty of Goa is that also many people of the team are living here in this house, right?
Right. So not only the Goa, the whole Ayush Shakti believes in hospitality more. Yeah. So whoever comes to us, it is like the person of our family.
Yeah.
And when it's family, we don't compromise. Yeah.
And it feels like this, I can say. So I would like to talk with you about your daily work and unique experiences at Ayush Shakti. What makes your day so special that you love it? I mean, you said already that you love your job, you love caring, but you shared a story of a patient with us. Is there maybe something else, what you learned further, or what makes your day sparkling?
Right. Basically, each day comes with a new opportunities and new challenges because we are open for a wide range of diseases. So each person is different who comes to us. So yeah, there is a new challenge, new opportunities, and every day I feel that having a new challenges is also good for me, for my personal thing. because it helps me a lot. In my personal also, it helps me a lot because it teaches me new things every day, something different. Maybe I know it since years, but every experience is new for me.
Yeah.
So it's good to have a great one. And yeah, generally, it's good.
And you said every patient you treat very individualized, but I'm sure that you have a kind of path somebody has to follow on talking about Panchakarma, for example. Can you explain what a typical path of a patient looks like here when he arrives here? How long he has or she has to stay here? What makes sense?
So basically, it's not that once the person is here, we start with everything. Generally, if the person is like international level or some other country, we have an online consultation first where we guide them what changes it's good to make in their food, in their diet, so that they can get properly fit for Panchakarma. And if is the someone who is like Indian person, they visit us first, and the first step that we do is our pulse diagnosis.
Oh, that's great.
Now, Ayashakti is the one who focuses pulse diagnosis is like a way of going further. So pulse reading is one of the diagnostic tool that Ayashakti works on.
So this is also putting it apart from other Ayurvedic practices.
Yeah.
First, it puts us to the forefront, right?
Yeah.
And we do it on our daily practices to check with the patient.
Right. So when we check the pulse, what it basically shows is the imbalance in the three major energies. That is the Vata, Pitta and the Kapha.
Can you explain these three?
Yes, for sure. Yeah. So Vata means the air which is there in our body. Pitta is like the fire which is responsible for the transformation. Vata is responsible for the transportation. Yeah. And the third one is the Kapha. We can say it's like the slimy things which are present in our body, which is need for the lubrication. So this three major fundamental energy, it's what the Ayurveda based on. According to their imbalance, which we actually see in the pulse reading, we customize the plan for a patient that we see. So according to that, we can guide them to have 2 weeks Panchakarma, 3 weeks Panchakarma or a 4 weeks Panchakarma. Now each detox is different. As we say, Panchakarma means the 5 detoxes that they go under.
Because I think the people who have heard about Panchakarma sometimes have heard horrible things. What are elements of Panchakarma? Can you just describe a few?
Yeah. So basically Panchakarma, the word Panchakarma itself is made up of 2 words. Pancha and Karma. Pancha means the 5 and Karma means therapies or the activities. So 5 different detox therapies that a person goes under is called Panchapari. So it's very simple to go with. All these 5s are something called Vamana. Now Vaman is to remove the toxins to a vomiting. Virechan is like purgation, removing the excess of toxins through loose stools. Then we have something called Bastis. Now Basti is the enemas. Different types of enemas which is used for cleansing and rejuvenation at the same time.
Which can be very comfortable. I mean, people always think this is something which is really, something which is
Uncomfortable thing, right?
they shouldn't talk about. And it feels super good. The first time I got it here was really, really feeling like cleansing, everything gets out, warm feeling inside the body.
Yeah, because Basti is the one who removes the excess of air which is there in the body. And when you remove the excess of air which is in the form of toxins, you feel lighter and a new energy flows in your body. The fourth Panchakarma is the Nasya. Nasya is putting up the drops in a nasal, like inhaling the medicated drops. And the fifth one is a Rakta Mokshan, which is a bloodletting, removing the impure blood through syringe, through puncturing, or through something called leeches.
Are you doing this too?
Yeah. So we practice all these 5 Panchakarmas here. Whoever is indicated. Like every Panchakarma is not for everybody. So it is again a customized one that we plan.
Yeah.
So accordingly, according to the pulse, we decide that the person should go for this detox or that. It depends.
Sounds good, because then people don't need to be shocked or are frightened what comes, because this is really individualized and you're checking that they get what they can and what is good for them and what feels good, right?
Yes. So first step is the pulse reading. The next step which comes is to again customize the therapies. Okay. So the therapies here are fully trained in a more practical way, so they can do different therapies for a different people, because we strongly believe that every individual is different.
Yeah, that is what.
Everybody needs a different care. So the therapies are trained in such a way that they make comfortable whoever they get.
And now it's not just treatments they get here, they get also yoga sessions,
Yep.
which is more than just only doing yoga, right?
Right. So basically, in all the centers, the day starts with a nice yoga class, which teaches you not to balance only your physical thing, but which also helps you to open more emotional things. Then comes the specialized diet food, which is a sattvic food. So sattvic food is like, we again give you a personalized diet plan, which is beneficial for you during your panchakarma. Then the person goes to the therapies, again a customized therapies they go through, and wherever we get a free time, we see that we talk to each other, we discuss. Okay, it's the team always makes that the person is comfortable. There are various programs that we organize.
Yeah.
There are some education things that we also organize, like giving up a more knowledge on Ayurveda, so that the person who goes under Panchakarma understand it better.
Yeah.
So when you understand, you experience better.
I mean, it is also, I think, a philosophy of Ayush Shakti that leaving Ayush Shakti retreat doesn't mean leaving Ayurveda, doesn't mean stopping with this diet. How do you make sure that people follow this plan also when they're at home?
Right. So basically, when a person goes under the detox, it means we are physically removing certain toxins which one has accumulated since years in the body. Yeah? So there are many empty spaces which are created because the toxin has taken place of thought. Once these toxins are out, we work on something called a rejuvenation therapy, where we prescribe certain herbs to be taken so that all these empty spaces can be filled up, and it will help to rejuvenate the body to its original thing. So basically, the Ayush Shakti, we can sum up, it works on the basis of 3 R. The first R is to remove the toxins. The second R is to restore the body after the toxins are removed. And the third one is the rejuvenation, that is renewation of the body. So first you come here to remove the toxins out, then we restore it through some Basti therapies, and then at home we give you a renew plan. So it's a nurse.
It should
Total
be
holistic
that I come back and then I can check it again. We as managed meanwhile.
Of course, and there is always a possibility, if it is not physically, we always have online consultations on a specific particular time, the follow-up, so that we all are in one loop and you can get the maximum benefit.
That's great. And of course, we have to mention that it's not just that Indians can come here for a health diagnosis beforehand to check or to see the patient, but also people from all over the world can have the chance to meet people from Ayush Shakti, just as Dr. Hinang in Germany, who does a kind of world tour, right?
Yes. So many of our Ayush Shakti Vaidyas, they go for a world tour where they have their specific clinics in various countries, like we have in Germany, there are various spaces. So there is always a chance to have a look on your pulse and then have a personalized diagnosis by you. And then having a Panchakarma in India will be a great option.
Or also treatment meanwhile, or checking to know if everything is in accordance, right?
Of course.
Okay. Okay, getting now to the last part, which I always like the most. What are you doing for your health, small health hacks you would like to share with us to stay always with? I mean, sometimes the stories are, I think, overwhelming great, but I can imagine that sometimes it's also hard to see when the people coming and they come with a lot of diseases and things which are not an order, cancer or something. What are your health hacks?
So yes, basically as you said, the people come with lot of things, and we always like to talk more and more to get out all the negative points that they carry and to feel all the positive thing. But what I do personally for me to stay everyday positive is the first thing which when I wake up, I just pray to Lord that whoever I'm going to meet today, they should feel comfortable, they should be satisfied enough, and they should get everything empty towards me. And what helps me in that too is the meditation that I do.
Right.
So morning having something called as visualizing meditation helps me to calmer my vata down so that people can feel comfortable and satisfied when they meet.
Can you share the way of meditation? Is it the typical Ayurvedic meditation you're doing? Because there are Vedic types which are well known as the most important, useful ones after latest research done by very well-known universities in the United States.
Right. So yeah, there are many meditation techniques that Ayurveda basically describes. What I go for is a visualizing meditation, where I visualize one of the positive object that I'm concentrating on that. I start concentrating on my breath first. Once I feel that my breath I'm fully concentrated with, then I concentrate on one object. It could be anything, yeah, whichever I feel it's more positive than. And then visualizing it more and more. And at the end of the meditation, setting 3 goals for me for that day.
Wow. And at the end of the day, are you reflecting this again?
Yes. So basically, it's a kind of manifestation again. I manifest 3 things every day in the morning, that I have to do this, this, and this. And at the end of the day, I recall all the things that I have already manifested.
Great. And 3 is, of course, good because 3 is easy to remember.
Right.
If we go for 15 or something, then I think it kills us. So what is the number 9?
Right. So basically, putting it again in a more concentrated way.
Yeah.
3 goals every day.
What I like is that you're looking at this at the end of the day. So just finishing your day in peace and looking back to, just giving it a kind of peace and harmony, right?
Right. So basically, what I do extra here is I have my own diary and I just write at the end of the day that what was my 3 goals and how I have accomplished them.
Super. That's great.
And reading them again fills me with a lot of positivity, that it says that, okay, tomorrow you have new 3 goals. So it's kind of more positive for me that I do. And it gives a more energy, a good flow of energy whenever I sit in my team.
I can imagine, because it gives your day also a special goal, right?
Right.
And I mean, I have heard and read so much about Ayurveda, and maybe our listeners or people who are watching us need to have a smart, low entrance to Ayurveda. So do you have a kind of recipe which you would suggest people which want to have an easy but really as a start where they feel that this is Ayurvedic food, it makes a difference, it tastes interesting or like it, could imagine to integrate it into my plan?
Right. So there are many home remedies that we can actually practice, because our kitchen is the best pharmacy that we have at home.
Yeah.
So I can share many, but let me be little concise here. One is the best to use is the CCF tea, which is also called as a detox tea. Which is, we will take 1 teaspoon of coriander seeds, 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds, and 1 teaspoon of fennel seeds. Boiling them in 1 liter of water and using this water for drinking throughout the day. How it actually helps it detoxifies your system, your liver, And the pitta, which is excess in the body, it specifies the pitta, the heat in the body. So this could be one of the best trick one can use, because I use it personally on my day-to-day life, and at the end of the day I see that I am as fresh as I'm just woke up in the morning.
And how much do you think should somebody drink from this if this is their only drink?
Could be 2 liters, like your normal water for the day. And it's good, the more we drink, the more detoxified we will get our body.
So if somebody says, okay, Ayurveda tastes good, it sounds really good to me, what would you describe a good start into Ayurveda's world? An easy start, maybe to change your career into this direction, but maybe change just your thinking in this direction. What could be an idea? Maybe one week just checking out a doa, or maybe just turn around your food first. What would be your idea for a person who says, I would like to go deeper into Ayurveda than just with a detox tea?
The first thing what will be the great is to change your diet into more sattvic way, to only reduce or to avoid specific things like gluten, reducing milk products, heavy milk products basically, because it causes a lot of hormonal issues.
And not just a cow milk, also goat or
The
sheep
goat or
in
the sheep.
general.
In general, every animal milk, yeah. Then fermented items, which it takes like a day's or overnight food. Changing of food, like sour things in your food, like lemon, tomatoes, potatoes, all this things. Eggplants, even the vinegar that we use, because they are sour in taste. All the citrus fruits, okay, it increases a lot of heat in the body. And too much spice and oily at the same time.
Some people would say, but Indian, isn't it spicy?
No, you can use the spice like cumin, coriander, cinnamon, cardamom, black pepper, white pepper. They are all sage spices. What spices I'm talking about is a lot of chilies. Could be red chilies, green chilies. They are not very good, because it burns the lining of the stomach.
Okay, so if somebody has a tendency to inflammation, then would build a big flame of that.
Right. So those who have an inflammation, it's safe for them to use cumin, coriander, fennel, all these seeds, all these spices are very safe, but not the chilies. And when it comes to India, it's a combination of these spices more and the chilies. So Indians are already safe with this.
Thank you very much. Namaste.
Thank you. And yes, for all our listeners, it will be great to start with an Ayurveda, but start first with your food. A small change in your food can give you a lot of changes in your day-to-day life. Your energy will be too much better. There will be a great flow of energy, and there will be something called a mental clarity. Because, as I said, Ayurveda focuses not only on body, it's a mind and a spirit. And when you clean your spirit and mind more precisely, you can have a healthy body too.
We learned a lot from you today, so thank you very much. And I think we learned also that Ayurveda had special ways, but what is important is it's holistic. And if you want to experience this in a modern plus traditional way, then there is no way of getting to Ayurshakti.
Of course, because this is the one thing where in one roof, under the one roof, you can get everything. Everything which is only made for you.
Great. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Same here. Thank you.